Guys, take a stretch up. Hey, oh, goodness gracious, up. Keep going, take a few breaths. I am going to tilt this up a little. Oh, goodness, go up. Woo, and down. Wake up your legs. Up, wake up. The arms. Let your fingers touch each other at the top. Go up and over. Breathe in. Breathe in and go up and over and breathe in. Oh my goodness, doesn't that feel so nice? Oh, now this time when you go up and over, you can let a hand down. Oh, breathe in. And then up and over. And Betty, I don't know if you know, I can just see your name and not your face. I know that happened last week, and I just wanted to let you know. All right, hands there. I can see you. Good, perfect. I'm so glad. Good. And then rotate and rotate and rotate and rotate. And one more. This is just a little, rotation for the back. You can feel your shoulder. And then come on up. And now a little bit of a back bend. So it's like you're lifting your sternum up. And then exhale, bring everything together and just raise your heels and lower. Now we're adding through our fingers. So let your fingers also be part of this. Up and yes, wake up your hands. Wake up your ankles. Breathe in. Nice. And then a little bit wide with your arms. Breathe in. And we're still lifting heels and up. And up. And 2. And 1. And then a little bit wide, like a squat. Now, it doesn't have to be a huge wide, but just a little more open. And open like you're circling your arms. They're soft. Your heels are heavy. Your neck is easy. Breathe in fully. And 2. And 1. Now let the hands come to the rear and lengthen your right leg behind you. And while you're there, try to bend the knee that's in the air like a hamstring curl through water. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now lower that foot and take an inhale to lift your arms up and behind you and interlace the fingers again. Now lift the other leg, let it go behind you. Your torso will lean forward. Now get ready and bend that knee and straighten and bend. Your top leg is pretending it's doing a hamstring curl through water. Oops. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now come back up. And then we're going to take a little series. So sitting down and then opening out to the side. Now sitting down and opening up to the side. There's a little balance component here. So you go out, and what we like to do with our balance is change up the planes that we are lifting a leg in. And your body has to adapt to the different challenges of balance. And so you can, of course, make this bigger. You can make this squat lower, or you can make it smaller. There's a lot of ways to modify and progress. Expansive, inhale. Try 4 more. But we do try to mix up the planes and the way that we challenge balance. And 1 more on each leg. And exhale. Now this is a sustained squat. You're going to hold, your heels are heavier. Now, when I look up at you all, the neck kind of gets a little tense. So if you have the same, just tilt your chin down a little. Now hold, this is isometric. Your knees are in the same place with your second toe. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and then push up. Now open up a little bit. This is going to be an isometric hold. Find a place. And if you need to tilt the chin down, hold. 10, 9. Isometric just means we're holding the muscle in the same length. We're not lengthening it and shortening it. So it's in the same place. It's kind of like when we do a plank and we just hold it. That's all an isometric is. But you do keep breathing. You don't hold your breath. Inhale. Now push back up. Very good. Now come back into that first squat. Hold. If you would like an isometric hold with one leg, lift up a foot. And if you would like it even harder, put your ankle on your thigh and hold. 10. Breathe in and then stand and kind of make sure you get your breathing back. Go to a sitting down position. That can be your place, or lift up, or put your ankle on your thigh for a little bit harder. Isometric hold. 10. Breathe in. That foot comes down, come up to standing. Nice job. Grab a seat, meet me at down dog. I am going to tilt my screen down a little. Good. Grab a sip. I got 2 cups of drink here. Double fisting it. All right, so we're going to take a down dog. Walk it out. Feel that length to your calf. Then lift up your heels, articulate through your spine, and inhale. And then tuck and calves, and lift and inhale. And tuck and lift and inhale. And tuck and again. And exhale. And lift. And exhale. Good. The way to modify is to do this like a cat-cow if you'd like. And now let your forearms down once you're in your down dog and hold this dolphin. Hold. 10. Now shift forward into a plank. And just make sure, are your shoulders over your elbows are under your shoulders. Now let your pelvis down and you're on your forearms. This is called Sphinx. Add on if you would like. Breathe in and then exhale, lower. Now, your hands are going to be beside your hips. We're going to lift up. Breathe in. And then lower. Interlace your fingers. Lift up. Breathe in. And neck soft. And lower. Interlace your fingers either the other way, or if you need to, rest your hands on each other and lift up. And lower. And if you'd like, hold on to your ankles. Go up. Breathe in. And lower. We're going to do it again. Inhale, go up. And then lower and child pose. Press your hips back. If you'd like to add the toe stretch, put your toes under. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Come back to hands and knees and just round your back and lift your sternum. This is also going to be a mobility exercise for your spine. Now act like you're drawing a circle on the wall behind you with your pelvis, with your hips. can go up, side, down, and around. And there's no real wrong way, but you should feel some muscles that are getting a little attention that maybe don't get it in your classic cat-cow. So you're circling the hip. Woo, feels good, huh? And then come back to a forearm plank and hold it. So you're in an isometric hold, but if you'd like to add on, push forward through your toes and drop back through your heels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now go to a sideways plank, then just hold isometric 10, side plank. And even stretch through your fingers on the top. Breathe in. Now lower your pelvis or your hips and go to the other side. The forearm is on the mat, your elbows on the floor. Here we go, coming up. Stretch out your top fingers, 10. Even the bottom hand you can place flat on the ground. There you go. And then lower your hip. Now, let your forearms be on the mat behind you and lift up through your chest. Extend and then bend them in, your knees. Extend and bend them in. Now, to modify, just don't straighten them as much. So exhale, because the longer lever is harder. Lift up through your chest. You're never just sagging in your shoulders. Now, 2 more. And to add a bonus, if you would like, heel beat 10 times. So you're going to cross this inner thighs. It's almost like you have a little Pilates ring you're working within. It's a tight little circle. Now you're going to rest your upper back and make sure you're on your mat. Hands to your feet soles or your ankles, whatever you can hold on to, and stretch out your hamstrings. Breathe in. Now have your feet touch each other and your knees go wide. Inner thigh stretch, bound angle. Nice. Feel those hips open. And let the fingertips come behind your head, and then add some yogic bicycles. You're going to rotate your torso. Shoulders lift off the mat, shoulder blades. All right, pull your toes back and then do the same, 10. Now recover. Hug the legs in, massage them a little bit right and left. And lift up your right leg and take your left leg about 6 inches above the floor. Curl your shoulder blades off the mat and now switch your legs. You can have the image of you're a long, beautiful pair of scissors. Your toes are trying to reach to the sky and to the wall in front of you. And just take 3 more. And recover for a moment. Now the next one is going to be with our hands behind our head. Your fingertips can interlace. Lift up and then add a rotation to that scissor. Now flex your foot and let's add 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, good. 5, belly pulls in, 4, 3, 2, recover. And take your right ankle to your left thigh and let's open up that hip. Now, if you prefer to have a little pillow underneath your head, you can do that. Or a yoga block works. Like, let's say it's hard for you to reach your hip. And it doesn't even have to be that it's hard. It's just that you're trying to relax the muscles while you stretch. So you can use a pillow if you'd like. This is a good place to move the ankle as well. And the toes can spread. Breathe in. And then take your other one, ankle to thigh. Reach your hands through. Move your ankle, move your toes. Good. Starting to warm up those hips and make them feel better in the low back. And then a full body stretch. Now you can reach through your fingers and reach through your toes. And we're going to add on an inhale. And then exhale, reach your hands forward and then peel your chin comes towards your chest. You're peeling your spine up and you're going over your feet. The modification is just to stay in this seated position and only roll partially down. So that's the modification. You inhale. If you would like to continue the full roll up, tuck the chin and then you come up. So just listen, another modification would be that you take a Dynaband or an elastic tubing around your feet and you let that Dynaband assist you by activating your biceps or pulling with your backs, your upper back. So whatever you need to do, breathe in and stretch up arms, and 2. Inhale. We're going to add on a variation, and it's called neck pull in Pilates. And what you'll do is take your fingertips by your side and then you hinge, almost like you're opening up a hardcover book. And then you roll down. Now, this part's the hard part because you're overcoming gravity. You tuck the chin and you come up. If right here it's too hard, you can take your arms forward like we were just doing. And then as soon as you can, you come back. So this is a harder variation too. You can also just work on that top part and not come all the way down. 3. We're doing 5 of these. Hinge. Take 2 more. Take 1 more, inhale, and up, and over, and roll back. So arms overhead, reach, inhale, and then let your feet be on the mat, and just kind of get your space comfortable. There's a little space under your neck that you're not jamming your neck to the floor. Take your hands and place them beside your pelvis and curl your spine up and down. Wake up your back in these mobilization. You notice all through the class, I'll sprinkle in back segmenting mobility. A healthy spine, there's a saying, you're as young as your spine. So I do like to make sure we're keeping that back healthy. So if you know an area is tight on you, just slow it down there. Let's say you know your low back's tight. Just slow it down if you need to. You want to feel that each part of your back is getting some nourishment. The lower back tends to be where people are tight. And in this bent knee, bent hip position, it's the best place to get some mobility there. All right, stay up. And then you can interlace your fingers if you'd like underneath. And we're just going to hold this bridge for 10. Now release your hands and then roll down a vertebra at a time. And you're going to take your hands to your feet. Now you've got this happy baby. Now let your left foot down on the mat and put your right ankle on top of your thigh like we did earlier with the stretch. Lift up and down and take 10 of these one-footed bridges. Try to keep your hips level. Put that foot down and take your other one, ankle to thigh. 10. Put that foot down, inhale. Now the right leg goes up and add some leg pulls and point and flex. And your hips are level here. And then that foot comes down, and make sure your hips are level, and do the other one. Let that foot down, lower your spine. Now stretch your right leg up into a lengthened position. And then there's a couple things you can do from here. Your left leg can go long, or if you want to add on an abdominal exercise, your leg comes up about 6 inches, you lift up, your right hand can go to your right toe, your left hand can either come behind your head or onto your left thigh. Hold 10, 5, 2, and switch. Now your right leg your left leg's up. Your right leg can balance, rest on the floor, or you can lift it up. And then you could even walk up your leg, right hand behind your head, if you want, or down your thigh. Breathe in. And then hands to your feet and pull your knees down. 5. And then you can grab a sip. So I'm going to put my hands behind my thighs and kind of kick up with my abs. Grab a sip. Good job, everybody. And what we'll do next is a sideline and the leg work. This is for the hips. You can prop yourself up on your forearm. You can stay up. A modification would be to lie down on your arm, take that top leg and draw a circle. So you could imagine a Pilates ring or a beach ball, maybe, if you want to make it that big. 6, 7, 8. Lift up. 9. That's the hardest cue. It's easy to sag. Go backwards, and if you would like, pull those toes back. We're always trying to sneak in some ankle and footwork. Keep all the little body parts happy, healthy, physically active, and mobile. Now, that little arm is now a pillow, or you can actually use a pillow. Take your top leg in front of, lift up your bottom leg, and this is for your inner thigh, and you should feel your belly pull in. Your neck is soft. And then you can pull your toes back and go the other way. Even the pinky toe gets to pull back. 6. Now we're going to do a belly down position. So we transition. So on your hands, your head is on your hands. Lift up your legs and tap your feet together in the air about 20 times. Now we're going to go to the other side. You're going to be on your forearm. And draw. A circle. 15. Pull your toes back. It's going to be flexion. It's as if your heel leads the way, and lift up through your ribs. Breathe in. And then take this arm down like it's a pillow. Take the top leg out in front like it's in a passive stretch. So right here, passive stretch. Pull your belly in and lift up your bottom leg and draw circles. You can feel your inner thigh working. And we're going to go the other way. Pull your toes back. This helps complement the sagittal plane exercises that we usually do in life, like walking, biking. Now on your belly, your hands can be a pillow. Lift up both legs and you're going to tap them together. About 20 times. Now, bend both knees and act like you're a pair of windshield wipers. You're just gonna sway. This is just to release the spine. Now take your legs long, and this time, lengthen and lift one leg, and then lengthen and lift the other. Now you add a belly pulling in sensation as if there's a piece of ice underneath your belly. So you have some ab tone. Your low back isn't just sagging or dropping into the floor. You've got ab tone. Scan the neck, it's not tense, it's relaxed. Now, if you would like to add on more, lift up both legs and then flutter them a little more rapidly. As if you're trying, if you were at the pool and you were kicking your legs, it would be bubbling water at the surface. Okay, 10 more. Now we're gonna push back into a child's pose. And you can even curl the toes under here if you want. And I'm gonna offer that we do another sip and then we're gonna go back down to our belly. So if you'd like a sip, shoot for 8 ounces, right? At least 8 to 12. So lift up and then you're gonna add your hands. Now you lower and then you're gonna lift up both legs. Lift your upper body and then you can add your hands. You don't even have to make this effective. It's a swan. Lift up your legs. I like to add just the body doing it. So just the upper body and then the hands help you. And then the legs. Lower the legs and then upper body. And then the legs. And upper body. The legs. Hold your upper body in a place for 10. Breathe. And then relax. Now, the next one is arms beside or under your head. And you know how we did the leg lift all by itself and then the other one? We're gonna do that first. That's our starting work. Now, if you wanna add on this time, the add-on would be swimming with your right arm and left leg coming up, and then your left arm and right arm coming up. And your torso's up a little bit, yeah, the whole time. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, child pose, press back. Now with this child's pose, walk your fingertips over to one side, walk them over, breathe in. Open up your rib cage. And walk over to the other side. Open up your rib cage. And then gently come back. Grab a seat. We're going to put our legs out in front. Grab a sit and grab a seat. I don't know if I said that right. Grab a sit, grab a seat. Both legs out. Up arms. It's almost like you're trying to go over a fence, or you could imagine you're painting the sky. And hold. Breathe in. Any kind of rotation. Come up. That's so nice. And then come up. Now the feet are gonna open wider than your shoulders. It's gonna be nice. So let's take the arms kind of like a T, turn, and then pull a reach, reach for your toes, go up, and then you rotate first, and then you reach for your opposite. So what you could think of is your pinky is on your hand is trying to reach for your pinky on your toe. You could go beyond your pinky, like you're sawing off your pinky toe if you want to. This one's called the saw. Breathe in. You can pull your toes back. And I can feel that my hip is tempted to come off the floor when I reach. So just think about it being Velcroed, your booty Velcroed to the floor. Reach through your arms. I like to think of a big, like an eagle or a red-tailed hawk, just something expansive in your arms. Big, broad-winged hawk. And then what we'll do is go right down the middle. So your hands could be on your legs or on the floor or on the feet, and just go right down the middle. And stretch 10. And then you're gonna bring those feet in together. Now they're in front of you. Let your arms go out like a T. Rotate and rotate. Rotate and rotate. And breathe in, inhale and exhale. Inhale. There's a little controlled bounce. Do one more on each side, and then we're gonna let our hands down and hold. So what you're doing is holding this stretch. 10, upper back. 8, 5. Now, most people have a rotational pattern to the right. So if you notice my left side's just a tiny bit tighter, you can hold it there a little longer, like a second longer. I just did that. And then up arms and go to the other side if you haven't already, and hold. So I can feel my right side's a little easier to be there. Most people do have a little bit of a rotational pattern right, but I like to try to even it up when I'm on the left side. So do what you need. If your body's tighter the other way, do that. Inhale. Now, briefly, we're going to touch a forward fold. So don't make it to where it hurts, but just a gentle forward fold. 10. Sequence the spine up. Let your forearms come behind you. Bend the knees. Now, this is can-can. The knees are going to go left and then right a little bit. Left and then right a little bit. And left and right a little bit. And 4. This is obliques, abs. 3, hip flexors. 2, 1. All right, now take a moment to rest on your back and take your hands to your feet, and your knees go a little wide, bound angle 5. Now hug your legs in more like you're a cannonball. Now inhale, this is a modified double leg stretch. Stretch out your arms and legs and then hug your shins. Inhale, stretch your arms and legs and keep your ribs down and hug. If you want it harder, lift up your shoulder blades and reach and then hug, and then reach and then hug. Now, a way to modify for your neck is to put your hands behind your head, tap your elbows to your knees, and then open the elbows. Take 4, keep the shoulders up the whole time. They don't lower and lift. 2, 1 more, and then rest. All right, we're gonna turn sideways and let your arm be a pillow for your neck. Now, at this moment, lift up. Your exhale is going to help your legs lift. Your legs go up, but your torso doesn't. Right here, my hand is helping me get some proprioception to my body part that I want to contract or fire. QL, obliques, transverse. This is also working hips and inner thigh. Now stay up and try to keep the bottom leg off the ground as you lift up your top leg. Toes forward, knees forward. Now we're gonna leave that top leg up and try to take your bottom leg up higher. Now you're gonna be lying on your belly and take your hands underneath your head. Lift up both legs and tap the feet together. And then we're gonna go to the other side. So you have a arm underneath your head, like it's a pillow. Take your legs up and down. Now try to feel your waist working. Neck is not tense. Right here is working. Your fingers could help you on the floor like little teepees. Your belly's pulling in. Good. Now we're going to stay up and try to lift the top leg higher while your bottom leg stays off the ground. We're going to take the bottom leg and go up and down. And then a belly down position, hands under your head. Lift up both legs and tap the feet together about 20 times. Heel beat. Inner thigh, hamstring. Neck is soft. And then push back into a child's pose. Curl the toes under if you'd like. Inhale. Now, if you want even more toe stretch, walk yourself up to vertical. Your toes are still under. If you want even more toe stretch, put your hands behind you and then lift your hips. 10, 5, good, 2, all right, grab a little sip. And we're gonna go to a little plank series here. So grab a sip. Ginger lemon tea. Go to your forearms, which is front plank. We're doing it on our elbows if you'd like. Now the little series will be dolphin and then plank 8 times. Dolphin and then plank. Dolphin, plank, dolphin, plank. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now to our side plank. Take your hand as if you have a triangle with your arm at your hand at your head, lift up, rotate. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that hip, take it over to the other side. Forearm down, hand to your head, go up, exhale, rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower your hip. Now go back to your other side plank and we're gonna paint a sky 6 times. So get this bottom arm at your thigh, go up and over. And you could even try a challenge where you touch your fingers to the floor. It may not happen, that's okay. Just stretch big, breathe in. And 6. Now we're gonna go to the other side. Forearm down. Now this hand goes to your thigh. Now we're gonna shoot for 6 and maybe you'll even whoop, touch the floor. 2, I'm working around yoga blocks over there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Really nice. Now the next one is the reverse plank or the reverse table. Reverse tables, bent knees, reverse planks, long knees. Come up and hold. 10. Breathe in. And then exhale. Now you can sit however you want, but take a forearm stretch forward. And then take your other fingers and pull forward and under. Yeah, good, Jean, I like that variation. Wiggling your fingers. All right, we're gonna do a reverse table tricep series. So if you're needing to be off your wrist, you can do a plank instead or a wall push-up. But at this point, see if you can, bend your knees. Now lift up, bend your elbows, and then straighten. Now inhale and exhale. You're not only straightening your arms, you're lifting your hips. Now ankle to thigh, if you want to challenge, do 5 with this ankle to thigh. And then ankle to thigh on the other foot and do that. Remember, you can always come out and do it good. Bound ankle's another good one, right? Who doesn't need a hip opener? And then let your body down. Now, this is a hand massage, I call it, but it's really like a carpal. You're gonna put your fingers together like you're holding hands with yourself in a circle. And then do it both ways, anywhere from 3 to 5 reps. And now take your fingers and pull them down, whichever way you didn't do last time. And then whichever way you didn't do last time on the other side. This is a prayer pose to the middle, lower until your hands separate and you feel a stretch on your fingers. Neck is easy. And this is just sort of like a shake it out, just shake it out. The next plank we're gonna do is an isometric hold. So I'll cue it, do your normal plank, your elbows are down, your toes are back. Now the only difference is pretend that you're moving the mat towards your toes. Your forearms pull towards your toes pull towards your forearms. So you're just adding a bonus contraction. Nothing really moved, but you're pulling down with your arms and your toes are pulling up. Your ribs are getting closer together. You're imagining your pubic bones getting up to your sternum and your sternum's getting up to your pubic bone. Inhale. Now rest your pelvis, and you're in Sphinx right now, but you could be in a cobra, a swan. Neck is easy. And if you would like to add on, look over your right shoulder and gently stretch your neck. Yep. Just a gentle stretch. Now go forward and look over your left shoulder. Now go forward, inhale, and lower your belly. Now the next one is breaststroke. Imagine, and you need to make space, like I'm gonna move my pillow here. You may circle your arms horizontally and lift up every time. Good, and it's as if you're coming up for air. Make sure your neck doesn't do the lifting too much, it's your upper back. Nice. All right, now push back, child pose, and if you want to do a different one, knee wide and let your belly go down in the middle. And I like to pat your back so you bend your elbows and you get a little tricep here. 5. All right, take a little sip here. Come back to forearm plank. Doing good on your drinking. About 8 ounces here. Forearm plank. Now this is a little fun one. It's rock and roll. Dip your left hip, dip your right hip. It's not huge, but just rotate your hip a little. Left and then right. It's like you're putting your hip in water. You're gonna feel your obliques. Neck is soft. 10 more. Now we're gonna turn sideways and we're gonna do a side plank. Take your hand at your head, and once you're up, you're gonna do a little pulse. Ready? Lift up, 10 with your hip, 9, little hip lift, 8, 7, good, up towards the sky, just a little, 2 inch, 1 inch. Good, inhale, lower that hip. We're gonna do the other side. When I move my arms like this, that just means change sides. So universal symbol, change sides. So hand here, lift up your hip, and we're gonna do 10 little pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. Now the next one, it can be up on the wall, push-ups. It can be in all fours. It can be on a knee hand, or it can be toes. So between 10 and 15, and the reason I say that is I want you to monitor your form and just change your form if it gets too hard. So if you need to, you change which of the options you're doing. Good form's more important than the number. Shoulder blades are down the back. You feel a little abdominal tone. Good, Jean. Good, Betty. Good, Karen, like the elbow pointing back one. And then recover when you're ready. Grab one more sip. And we're gonna do an interlaced finger position, but grab a sip. This stretch is interlaced and lift. You know how we've been working on shoulder openers? We're getting ready to do ours. So for me, kneeling's easier. And now one arm back and one arm up. But you can certainly stand if it feels better, or you could sit on a block. But this is cow face. We've been working on our posture muscles, our shoulder muscles. Breathe in, and then I feel like it's Cleopatra. Just switch sides. Take one arm up, one arm down. Now, of course, one side will be tighter. We're not very symmetrical beings, right? There's a little bit of differences in our right to left side. So for me, the dominant arm generally is tighter on this FBI lock part, so right here. So if you want to hold it another couple seconds, you can, or if your other arm's tighter, you can. Breathe in and fully inhale. Now this one's going to be prayer pose behind you. So put your palms together, fingers up, and shimmy up. The taller you are, the easier it is to get up that back. I mean, and the taller you sit, not the taller what your actual height is, but the taller you sit. So if you're rounded, it's really hard to get the fingers up. Breathe in. Kind of feel like I'm opening your shoulders behind you, pulling. Now, the next one that we're going to do is called the rack. So you can, I like to let my legs out long on this, so I have something on the other side of this body weight. So, because the arms are going way back, and then the arms are going way back. The elbows soften, lift your heart. Breathe in. Look at that. That looks great, guys. Breathe in. Now let your hands come beside you. Roll down and maybe just take like a 5-second roll and take your knee down twist. So one knee goes across your body. Let's say right knee goes across. Your left hand can hold it there and your right arm goes out like a T. The hand is like a paperweight helping your knee stay down. Now other side and knee down twist. Take an inhale. And then on your exhale, we're going to take a hamstring stretch. So you may like a Pilates ring or you may like a Dynaband to take a stretch. The other thing you could do is put a yoga block underneath your hip or a foam roller. You can even take that leg over a little bit across the midline. And then that leg goes out a little bit. And the other leg comes up. And notice how that other hip flexor is getting a stretch. So you're relaxing. Across. And even open a little bit. And then relax. Now you can put your legs up on the wall, or if you're feeling like you just want to relax them over the block, you can. Take a leg up the wall if you'd like. That's a good one for your vessels too. And let some blood flow go opposite the right direction it usually does, just a little assistance. Breathe in. And just let the mind out of the way for a moment. It does so much for us. We're going to give it a break and tap into our feeling body, our feeling mind. All right, we're going to take that out and come up to a seated position, and we'll put our hands on the heart and just notice how you feel. So we'll just take a moment to feel that connection to our feeling body. Notice how smart our intuition is and wise our cellular wisdom is. It's always sending us signals for our well-being, when it's tired, when it's thirsty, when it's hungry, what kind of food is going to nourish us, what kind of people are going to nourish us, how we can nourish others. So we're just going to tap into that feeling place, that feeling body wisdom today. Notice all the signals it gives you for your highest well-being, and we'll bless that body to the highest good. With so much appreciation. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Good week, huh? Bye guys, have a great day.